I can't wait to stop being friends with you. Yeah, this is what it's... Here it comes. This is it. The stuff that we're talking about today, this exists in like every fucking community ever. And I think this is a area within the community that I feel like doesn't really get talked about a lot, or if it does, it's one of two extremes. Predominantly, it can be boiled down into Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Kingdom Hearts 3, right? And that entire discussion is really fascinating to look at as someone who has been a fan of Kingdom Hearts for a long time. This music's too dramatic, bro. I'm fucking stressed out, bro. I'm about to put on Baldur's Gate music. That's a good point, Lucario. But the debate of which game better is not really new to Kingdom Hearts at all. It's not new to any gaming. People argue about which console is better still. The people still fighting the war. And this whole conversation is kind of difficult to get into because when you really look at it on paper, and if you try to argue like, okay, if we're going to argue what video games are an art form, right? And we're going to talk about, I'm not going to go that crazy. I'm not going to go too deep here, but I'm just to talk about how we even begin to dissect this conversation. Video games are an art form, and art is very subjective. There are objective measures of which you can look at something and compare it to other things. And I think Kingdom Hearts is very unique in the way that the whole franchise, it's a little bit all over the place. But I don't think saying that is an indictment on it or saying it's a bad thing. Part of that also ties into, again, on the far, you got the overly negative people who I'm going to associate, just for the sake of the argument, with Kingdom Hearts 2. People will say, man, boy, do I love Dream Drop Distance. Boy, do I love BBS. Boy, do I love any game, right? 9 times out of 10, you'll probably get someone who's like, man, Kingdom Hearts 2 is better. And on that side of things, right, if you're eating a cake and you're like, I fucking love this cake, bro. I'm fucking up this cake. This cake is delicious. If someone comes over and is like, bro, spaghetti's way fucking better, you idiot. Why are you eating cake? What are we talking about? That's fucked up, man. On the other side of things, though, you're not getting, listen, overly positive Kingdom Hearts people, I feel like they're two sides of the same coin here. And they're both problematic in their own ways. The toxic positivity of it, right? Exactly. I feel like they look at Kingdom Hearts and they get, like, it's like, what do you mean you don't like all the games? What do you mean you don't like every Kingdom Hearts game? Let's just get into it. I think the best way to talk about this really, and really illustrate the main point I want to get across, is like, let's look at the games, right? First game, Kingdom Hearts 1. That's the precedent, you know? Even people who fucking don't like Kingdom Hearts like Kingdom Hearts 1. You know, which is a little interesting when you look at where the series goes. Everyone shake hands, KH1 did nothing wrong. I think here's the thing, right? People who play Kingdom Hearts 1 and draw the line there, I respect you infinitely more than people that get to 2 and are like, oh, after 2 it got bad. Because I'm gonna jump straight into the next one. What the fuck was this game, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? You wanna talk about when did Kingdom Hearts jump the shark? Stop me when I get there. We have Kingdom Hearts 1 sets the precedent. Card game, action-based card game. I love this game. I love this game. I love the remake. Great fucking game. This game is fucking essential. It has essential plot in it. That's insane. Kingdom Hearts 2 was my first game in this series. And generally, whatever your first game is going to be very impactful to whatever your view on the entire series, because that's your entry point, right? Getting into Kingdom Hearts 2, right? It's weird to me that this is where people are like, man, this is where they lost their sauce, man. What the fuck, dude? This game came right before. I think if you're looking at it from a side of positivity or negativity, I feel like people ignore looking at all the games because they're very different. Kingdom Hearts 2 arguably has more in common with Kingdom Hearts 1, you know? It's an evolution on that genre. 2 games, right? Out of the 3 games, 1 and 2 similar-ish. What the fuck, bro? This is a mobile game. This is arguably not that essential, but it's related. It was coded after 2. It was the mobile game. Not recoded. I'm not counting re-releases, because re-releases is like, then we're getting into a whole separate thing. Coded came out after 2, and again had stuff that was important to the story. I don't even know what the gameplay of this game is like. I've never fucking played it, you know. But it's not anything like 1 and 2. It's not anything like Chain of Memories. I know that. It's a puzzle game. Kingdom Hearts 358 Days, over 2. I liked Days. Gameplay wise, it plays like a Kingdom Hearts, kind of like a shittier version of Monster Hunter. The game feel is quite good, but I think anyone who argues that this game is a fucking amazing game is, you gotta go play this game again. I need you to go pick up this game and play it again. Even if you think the overall story is very cool. I remember even when I played through this game as a kid, I was like, oh, dude, what's gonna fuck, dude. Oh, day number 145, what's gonna happen? And then the day rolls over and it's like, go kill 3 Heartless again, bro. It's like, okay, what's tomorrow? Go kill another 3 Heartless. Go kill a big Heartless. It's not particularly, like, none of the missions, name one mission that was sick. like, fuck, I don't know, like, I'm just saying. But point being, even regardless of how I feel about it, it's a mission-based deck building type game with like a puzzle mechanic. The level up system is very weird. It's team-based. There's like an online mechanic that no one really used, because you'd go to school and you'd be like, hey guys, play Kingdom Hearts with me. And then they'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Don't know if I call it deck building. What do they call it? The panel system. Sorry, it's panel building system. So deck building, not in the sense of cards. I mean more in the sense of just talking about its approach to the game. It's menu heavy. You want to talk about a menu game? Here's my insane take about Birth by Sleep, right? I'm gonna argue it's a menu game. You know, I feel like in terms of action RPG, Birth by Sleep, it leans much heavier on your build, on what am I bringing? What is my build and my loadout to what I am going to bring to an encounter? Even if you're playing at the lowest level, it's still something you have to think about. Kingdom Hearts 1, you're Sora. Kingdom Hearts 2, you're Sora also. You pick the shit at the start and you forget about stuff. Birth by Sleep kind of encourages more of that traditional RPG sense of like, I make my character stronger than enemy, so I beat enemy, you know? If you look at classic RPGs, there is strategy involved, much like there is in BBS. But in BBS, it's not the same kind of action combat. Weirdly, this is the game I feel like a lot of people hone in on. This is nothing against the author of the video, Bloody Biscuits, at all. But there was the video, The Turning Point, right? And I don't know if that necessarily spurred on a lot of people to look at BBS as like the black sheep. And chronologically, we go Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of fucking Memories, you know? And I'm gonna argue that Birth by Sleep is closer to what a Kingdom Hearts game is than Chain of Memories. And it came out after Days, you know? And we're gonna tie this all together. After we're gonna go through all the games, we're tying this shit back together. Just to mention, because in case I forget, if your entry point to the series is Kingdom Hearts 2, you're gonna come to BBS and be like, this game fucking sucks. This game plays like shit. It's slow. The combat feels more limited and sloppy, and I feel like I'm stuck in things more. Because your frame of reference is Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1, depending, right? If you play BBS first, I know so many people, BBS is their fucking favorite game. This isn't all the time, but like a lot of the time it's because it's one of the first ones they played. It sets the precedent, you know? And the precedent that it sets, I'm gonna argue, isn't necessarily a bad one if that's what you like. You see what I'm kind of getting at so far as we continue through these games? These games are they're so different. Dream Drop Distance. This is a parkour game. This is a pet sim, which is essential, by the way, to get abilities in this game. Essential to get like core abilities in this game. You need to play with your pets. It's not like a fun side, like you can grind it out, get your shit and fuck off. But you cannot really get around having to play with your pets. Its systems they're in the same vein of other Kingdom Hearts, like the mainline title games. Kingdom Hearts doesn't have side games. It just doesn't. The closest is coded, and even then it has like lore essential stuff. That's what kind of makes Kingdom Hearts so unique as a whole fucking series. Were these games exclusive? Yes. For people who don't know, all of these games, PlayStation 2 exclusive, Game Boy Advance exclusive, PlayStation 2 exclusive, phone exclusive, and fucking like what, 2005? Nintendo DS exclusive, PlayStation Portable exclusive, 3DS. You, as a fucking kid, bro, I was asking for shit on Christmas that I was like, bro, I just want this for Kingdom Hearts. I felt like such a spoiled little shithead. My dad's like, you just got a PSP. You want a 3DS? Why? It's crazy. People are coming into Kingdom Hearts now. All of the games, they're bundled, and half the games are just cutscenes. And you don't have to play them, so you don't really get that disconnect. Let's keep this moving. This is a collection, but I'm including it specifically or the Aqua Fragmentary Passage. Yeah, I would argue not really. It's more of a tech demo, if anything. It has some important stuff in it, but you don't need it. This is ultimately like, this isn't really a strong point. This is just, we're going in order. And this one, okay, Kingdom Hearts 2 comes out 2005, right? Fragmentary Passage comes out 10 years later. 10 years to get the next, like, technically Kingdom Hearts 2/1 like game. Because DDD is different. BBS is different. I'm not gonna argue which one's better or not, but if you say BBS and 2 play the same, you're fucking off your rocker, bro. Bro. We gotta talk about Union Cross. Dark Road, back cover. This mobile game has quite possibly the most important lore relevant to the universe of Kingdom Hearts in the entire series. If you want to know about how the fucking creation of the world and shit, and lore important stuff, critically important stuff going into Kingdom Hearts 4 and Kingdom Hearts 3 at the time, you're fucked if you don't play it. If you don't at least understand the story. And the gameplay is it's a gotcha game. It's got nothing. It doesn't play like any other game. Then we get to Kingdom Hearts 3. What do I have over here? What's this? Fucking hell. We'll get to the fucking rhythm game. Kingdom Hearts 3. I love Kingdom Hearts 3, right? This is where a lot of this discourse kind of like bumped up back again. It's kind of been quiet for now because it's like, there's nothing going on in Kingdom Hearts. But a new game's gonna come out and then people are gonna complain and people are gonna complain about the people complaining. And then I'll be here again, complaining about everyone. Kingdom Hearts 3, right? You have to respect what Kingdom Hearts 3 tried to do. Because what Kingdom Hearts 3 tried to do is it looked at Kingdom Hearts as a series and it saw all of the different gameplay directions it went in and tried to condense it into like one core identity. Like BBS kind of brought through the Keyblade transformation system in the sense that as you attack people, you shift into more and more powerful forms. Dream drop distance, flow motion, shot lock from BBS 2. It really tried to pull it all together. You're a developer, right? Look me in the fucking eyes. You're a fucking developer. These are the games that have come out in the past, and they say, okay, you have to make you're making a third numbered entry in the series. Bring it home. Put it all together. I'd be like, what? Are you crazy? Kingdom Hearts 3 had a pretty fucking impossible task. And that's on the gameplay side. On the story side of things, which is kind of the only through line through all of these games, maybe, you have plot threads from Kingdom Hearts 2 that gotta get tied up with the Nobodies. Coded gets brought up about hurt and shit. I don't think it's that relevant, but I think it plays a part. Birth by Sleep, all this whole trio, the Power of Wake, like it's tying all of this shit together. Union Cross, bro? Tie this into my fucking Mickey Mouse game? You're crazy. Do people dislike KH3 gameplay compared to KH2? Here's the thing, right? It came out 2019. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out 2005, right? So the amount of time between these two games, like you have had over a decade to dig into Kingdom Hearts 2 and its mechanics. Kingdom Hearts 3, it took a similar approach to combat. The difference is really in, if you want to take the core differences in the combat identity of Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Kingdom Hearts 3, which one kind of set the tone. So it's hard to kind of compare them. 2 is an evolution on 1. 3 is a lateral move from 2. It doesn't make it better or worse. It's subjective. 2, you start with all of your resources and at the start of any combat. Like you have all of your resources. You have your drive gauge, which your drive gauge powers everything. You have your mana, which you do in Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. But your core, like, this is what I use to get shit done, is your drive gauge. And you have that at the start of combat. Kingdom Hearts 3, you have to earn those resources throughout the fight. You do not start with a form unless you go and build it up beforehand. Kingdom Hearts 2 is more, you have all these tools, go nuts. Kingdom Hearts 3 is like, you have to work with what you got as the fight goes on. I think anyone who's worried about the direction combat is going to go in Kingdom Hearts, first of all, I got to say valid, because we don't know. They could fucking pivot in any goddamn direction they want with 4, and they just could, because that's the nature of the series. I think people who get upset for people for not liking Kingdom Hearts 3, depending on the argument, like again, it depends. It all depends. But this, if people play this and it's not for them, and they're like, yeah, I kind of don't like this as much. It's different. It is different. It is different than 2. It is different than 1. All of these games are different from each other. And that's fine. If they prefer a different thing, that's fine. They're all different, and that's what I love about the series. That's kind of like, are you seeing where I'm going with this? If I were to ask you guys what is necessary for a Kingdom Hearts game to be a Kingdom Hearts game, the answer is going to depend so fucking much. It's going to depend on what you care about in the series, what you're there for. If you're there for the combat at all, which a lot of people just aren't. A lot of people are just like, I like the characters, and that's enough for them. Final point on this. Lore essential for the next game. Rhythm game. And this is some people's favorite. Rhythm game. I know people who it's their favorite, and it's a fine game. It's not for me. I played it through once. A lot of the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I feel like the things that I adore about Kingdom Hearts and have always loved about this game, it feels like is almost actively discouraged sometimes within some parts of the community. My favorite thing I've always loved about Kingdom Hearts is the fact that it is ridiculous. It is. I love that I can be hanging out with Goofy and Donald, and Sephiroth's there. And Sephiroth's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, kid. And Donald's like, you and what army? Like that, I don't know. Shit like that, I love that it can have that element of like, this is fucking ridiculous. But then on the next moment, there'll be like a story beat or a moment that is really emotionally impactful. And it gets me. And the dichotomy of that is crazy. Both of those can be true. Both of those can be true. That it's ridiculous and absurd, and it has these really impactful moments. And I feel like if you come to a Kingdom Hearts discussion and speak about the story in a way that isn't full of praise or isn't remarking on how it is like a thing to be taken seriously, it feels like you're dismissed. It feels like you are easily dismissed as someone who doesn't like or understand the series. And that could just be the vocal majority on that side of things. But I felt like, to a degree, I don't know if I fit in that category, because there's certain parts that I'm like, I'm gonna say it, I think Kingdom Hearts is confusing. I have been playing these games a lot since the release of Kingdom Hearts 2, and I've played all of them multiple times. Gun to my head, I don't really understand of concepts in this series. I still don't. After looking through it myself, after playing through them, after talking to people about it, but I think a lot of it for me is this like Nomura's a person, guys. And even me saying that might upset some people, which is crazy. But he is one of the most talented creative individuals, absolutely. But I think the insistence that everything has been planned is ridiculous, because if you've played through these games, it's very obvious that while he's doing a very good job of trying to piece this all together to make it make sense, it's very clear that a lot of this is retroactive, which again, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it being retroactive. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying the refusal to acknowledge that is where I feel like I'm the crazy person. I feel like I'm nuts. Yen Sid does not always say, may your heart be your guiding key. May your heart be your guiding key. They thought that was some cool shit. And they're like, oh, we should make it so that was always a thing. You don't need to do it. It could be a new thing. It could be a new thing. It's okay. Yen Sid doesn't say it all the time. And then Goofy's like, see, he always says it. No, I was there, Goofy. Goofy, you're gaslighting me right now. I was there. I was there in Kingdom. He didn't say that shit in KH2. He didn't say it in Dream Drop. Bro does not say that. And Goofy's looking me dead in the eye and says, yeah, I don't know. I think you left the stove on, actually. I think it was you. And it's not, I'm okay with that. It's funny, yes, but I'm okay with that because that kind of is the nature of the series. The nature of the series is that it's this weird, always changing, evolving thing. It's this long running thing. They keep adding shit. It keeps getting more ridiculous. There's going to be parts you like. There's going to be parts you don't like, and that's fine. Union Cross, I watched the entire story of Union Cross. I was very engaged while it was happening. I don't really care now, you know? And I wouldn't necessarily call it what I was looking for when I'm looking for a Kingdom Hearts game. It's not what I'm looking for when I want to play Kingdom Hearts. That kind of story is good, but everyone wants something different with Kingdom Hearts because of the precedent it's set. Let's bring it back to these guys. let's bring it back to these two. If you are on the side of this game is the best, Kingdom Hearts 2 is the best, why don't they make Kingdom Hearts 2 again? And acting like this series was on some pinnacle and it fell from grace. Again, stop me when the series jumped the shark. Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories. Like, this came before 2. How do you not know what you're getting into here? Maybe people thought it was like a fluke and they're like, oh, it's just a side game, but it's like lore important. They told us. They said, hey, this is what it is. They came out swinging. They said, yup, get a Game Boy. Get a Game Boy, play with your cards. On the opposite side, the people who are insistent that if you don't like some of the games, you're like a hater, that's a psychotic take to me. That's like putting, like, all of these dishes are different. These are all different kinds of food. Sure, they are dressed the same way, but these are different. This is different food, bro. You're gonna put a cake in front of me and make it look like a turkey, and then I'm gonna bite into it and say, I'm not a sweets guy. You're gonna be like, well, I guess you hate everything then. You hate all this food. It's like, no, it's not what I'm saying. All the games play differently. So I think it's this disconnect on both ends where if you're mad at where the direction this series has gone, this has been the series the whole time. But at the same token, I don't think that gives you a free pass to be like, what do you mean you don't like it? It's like, it's a roll of the dice every time these games come out, man. Game comes out, you try it, and you're like, well, don't like this one. And that's okay. And that's fine. And I love it for that. I genuinely do love it for that. I have things I'll enjoy more. I loved Kingdom Hearts 3, especially because it had, despite its overall story pacing issues, I feel like it personally has. It was such a good return to form for like moments with Sora, Donald, and Goofy, which is so many people forget about Donald and Goofy, man. I love Donald and Goofy so fucking much, man. I have an emotional connection to these Disney characters that I did not have before Kingdom Hearts. A lot of their best scenes are in this game. Absolutely. God, dude. Can we talk about Missing Link? I think this game looks very cool. It has nothing that I want in a Kingdom Hearts game in it. It has nothing. It has Keyblades. It has Kingdom Hearts stuff in it, but outside of that, it doesn't have anything in it that excites me. Just because it is more KH, like I'm reading it. Like I'm gonna be there for the story just because I like being caught up. That's the thing, right? I don't think it's fair to say like just stop playing these games because when Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, you know you gotta know the shit in this game. You're telling me this isn't gonna be essential? Have we been playing the same series? But this doesn't have Sora in it. If Donald and Goofy are in it, it's not the dynamic that I want. It's not what I am looking for out of a Kingdom Hearts game. And again, that's okay. That's completely fine. Oh my God, you want to know my biggest hot take with Kingdom Hearts? I think Kingdom Hearts 3's insistence on catching people up was an absolute mistake. If you're not gonna do your homework, fuck off or be confused. If you're not doing your homework, that's how it is. Go get your ass back to Chain of Memories. Get cooking on those games. There's like a whole 10-minute cutscene where they re-explain the time travel stuff again. I'm playing the game now. Like, we already know this. We've spent however long focusing on that. Can we focus on what's going on now? What if I haven't played the games? Go play them. You're like, yeah, we're on season 27 of Kingdom Hearts, and if you're coming in only having watched up to season 3, too bad, man. But if you want to play it and you're okay being confused, 2 thumbs up. I played Kingdom Hearts 2 as my first game. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this dog and duck are talking about. I don't know what this old bearded bitch is saying under his breath, saying may heart be your guiding key. I don't know what Yen said's talking about Nobodies and Heartless, but I'm gonna fuck them up. Whatever you say, brother. I was just like, I'm here for it. Coop said, here's the thing, Tatsu. Missing Link looks like it'll have a shit ton that I want in a Kingdom Hearts game. Genuinely, I'm so happy for you. For the people who fucking eat up Missing Link, Union Cross, like that's your jam and that amount of lore, like that's your shit, bro. I'm so fucking happy for you. I feel like that is kind of at its core a lot of what I want to talk about. There's nothing wrong with Kingdom Hearts being corny or confusing, and there's nothing wrong with a lot of the games being different, because that's kind of what the series always has been, and that's okay, and I love it for that.